Hi, I'm Michael Cimino, and I played Victor in Hulu's original series, Love, Victor.
Hello, my name is Bebe, and I play Lake.
I'm Anthony Turpel, and I play Felix.
Hi, my name is Isabella Ferreira, and I play Flora Salazar in Love, Victor.
Hello, I'm George Sear. I play Benji.
Hello, I'm Rachel Hilson, and I play Mia. What's your name?
I got excited. My name is Mason Gooding, and I play Andrew Spencer on Hulu's Love, Victor. And today, we're playing Who's Who with BuzzFeed.
Who's most like their Love Victor character? One. Am I? Anthony, he's got quirks similar to Felix.
If you were not as creative, compassionate, and truthful to who you are the way Mia is, Anthony Turpel would have been my answer for Felix. But that's not the case. You are...
I did when I last year when I took the who are you most like, I got me. So I guess that makes sense.
You.
Me. All right, I knew you were gonna do that. We're both an animated bunch, you know, Felix and me.
Animated bunch.
I like to use hand gestures. Felix is also into hand gestures.
She's gesticular.
Exactly, and we're both dorks.
I think who springs out to my mind is Anthony. I think he's most like his character. They're both interested in really obscure things, and it's very endearing.
This is easy for me. I'm gonna say Anthony Turpel. He's most like Felix. They're both just super goofy and always have random facts for some reason.
To be honest, I'd probably say Anthony Turpel is the most like Felix. He's always being goofy and doing funny, silly stuff, kind of like Felix does.
Who's the least like their Love Victor character?
Bella is probably the least like her character. She is such a sweetheart and super kind and thoughtful.
Me. I'm gonna say me, actually. I'm not as mean or just feisty as she is.
Mason.
Yeah, okay. He's the sweetest person in the world.
Mason is a sweetie.
You. And also maybe Bella / Pilar.
I was not nearly as cool as Andrew is in high school, so we differ in that respect.
I guess, though, George is not American, so there's that, too.
He's not American. He also dresses better than Benji, if you can believe it. Benji's got my favorite outfits, but George still has more drip than Benji, if you can believe it.
Thank you, Mason. I've wanted to steal some of Benji's wardrobe, so I'll definitely take inspiration from his anyway. I'm tempted to say Michael for this one. I think Victor is a much better basketball player than Michael is in real life.
All right, George, listen. I didn't know we were talking all this smack. It's cool. I just know where we're at now.
Who's most likely to get on stage and be amazing at karaoke?
Oh, Bebe. Bebe would probably be the best at karaoke. She's so good. She's such a great singer.
You.
Bella.
Well, we have a lot of singers. You would be fantastic.
Well, thank you. The problem is I just answered who I would want to hear sing. I think Bella has a beautiful voice, but she would never because she is so shy about it.
Yeah, if I had her voice, I would be singing constantly.
For sure, Bebe, 100%. She has the voice of an angel. I always enjoy singing, but I am super shy. I have stage fright, surprisingly. So I don't think that would be me at all.
Bebe, she's probably the most ready. I was out with Michael. There was a guitar going around. He launched into a Daniel Caesar song. So, he might also be a good candidate.
Everybody in the cast.
Okay. Bebe would be the first to hop on karaoke and kill it. You would go after because you'd see it would be fun. And you would sing a song and it would be better than everyone was expecting. Then I think Michael would go because he's secretly been waiting to be asked to do karaoke so he could do this little trill thing. Once everyone was settled down and not maybe they're drinking and talking, Bella would hop up and just blow everyone away. That would be karaoke in a nutshell with Love, Victor.
Who's the best at doing impressions of other cast members?
I'm gonna say Mason because I feel like he's just the only one that's ever done impressions of us.
I would say Mason is probably the best at doing impressions of the other cast members, especially myself.
George, yep.
George is so scarily good at impressions. It's ridiculous. He does this impression of me that kills me. I say, "What's the crack?" A couple of my best friends are Irish, and it's an Irish phrase, and you just say, "What's the crack?" What's up? George does this impression in his American accent where he goes around and he goes, "What's the crack?" When he does the lean in for you for the handshake, iconic. Anthony has this handshake that you just can't miss. It's a full lean in. He goes, "Hey there, how are you?" And it's just right in your face. And George does it so well.
I feel like I've got this one in the bag. Bebe's, she's always like, What's the crack? Happy to throw out a Michael impression. He's always like, all right, bet. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, I got you, bro.
I think George is good at doing Michael. I think I'm good at doing you.
Can we see some of these? If you think you can do a good me, I'd like to see a good me.
All right, everybody. Gather around. This is our new team member, Victor.
Gather around?
Am I doing Mason or Andrew?
So that would be my impression of you. Rachel's the only person I've ever met that actually giggles by saying tee hee hee hee.
Who's the best at giving relationship advice?
I think I do, but that's cool. We don't gotta. I think.
Yeah, if you think you're good.
Rachel.
I was gonna say Mason.
Okay.
He's good at it too. His vocabulary is off the
Excellent
chart.
vocabulary.
Any problem you have and you go up to him, he will give a monologue in a good way. Rachel as well, though.
This is true. I go to Rachel sometimes when I'm just having a moment. She can say the simplest thing that is like the most profound thing.
Rachel was amazing. I'm gonna give this one to her.
I think, and again, he's just good at giving advice in general. He's just the person that I feel like everyone goes to talk to.
Mason's really good at giving relationship advice. Maybe not necessarily about like romantic relationships, because I'm single. He's always good to like get advice from and stuff like that.
Who's most likely to accidentally like an old picture of their crush's Instagram?
I'm gonna say Michael.
I feel like that's a me thing because I'm just really not the best at this kind of stuff. It would definitely be me.
Michael.
Oh.
Or yeah,
I
would
say me, but
Yeah.
I'm not good at social media. I really don't know what's happening most of the time. And so I feel like I've definitely accidentally double tapped.
I think I'm gonna have to give this one to Anthony again because I feel like he's the least techie out of all of us.
Rachel Hilson. You.
If that's the case, it's only because I am the grandmother of the cast, and so I'm not as savvy.
Who's most likely to be caught taking a selfie?
I think Bella's a fan of the selfie, isn't she?
Bella.
Anthony K.
Anthony
I've just
Wood.
seen Anthony K take many a selfie, but Bella has some killer selfies on Instagram.
Bella.
Isabella Ferreira.
Thank God. Honestly, thank you, Lord, for her selfies. Like,
Truly, we stand.
I would either say Bella or myself because I do be using Snapchat a lot and so does Bella.
Yeah, probably me.
Who's most likely to pull a prank on set? Michael.
Michael.
Michael or Anthony Turpel.
Michael definitely takes that one.
That would be me. I've definitely scared way more people than anybody else. Who's most likely to introduce you to a band/musician you've never heard of?
I'm gonna have to give this one to Bebe because she has introduced me to some pretty amazing music.
Rachel.
You 100%.
Rachel has like a stellar music taste, and every time I'm in her car, I'm just like constantly Shazamming whatever's on.
I'm gonna say Anthony Turpel because he always has like a really weird band or something that he actually puts me onto.
I'm just gonna have to go with George, even though BB does have phenomenal music taste. George has introduced me to so many different like low-key bands I didn't hear of, but I think BB is a close second for sure.
BB and George.
BB. I was gonna say BB and Bella.
George is definitely an old soul, and so his music taste reflects that.
I didn't know who Phoebe Bridgers was. Bella put me on. I was like, yeah, she's pretty good.
Who's most likely to laugh during an awkward situation?
I feel like Michael's got a bit of a giggle. He can kind of laugh his way through any awkward situation.
I think I would probably be that person that would laugh during an awkward situation. I'm just kind of awkward sometimes.
You.
Me, 100%.
You, 100%.
I don't mean to. It just comes out.
Rachel, I think. But I could also say me as well. I laugh at everything though, really.
Rachel Hilson. Which is hilarious because you get these moments where something awkward happens and it's quiet and she would go,
Who's most likely to spontaneously get a tattoo on a night out?
Michael and Mason, 100%.
Michael.
Mason.
Both work
are
in that situation.
covered in tattoos.
I'm gonna have to give this one to Michael because every time I see that man, he has a new tattoo.
Mason Gooding. It's only Mason Gooding. Mason Gooding's the only answer to this question.
This has got to go to Mason, not me. I do have tattoos, but I don't have as many as Mason has way more tattoos than I do. I think it's just because I talk about my tattoos way more and I got them like in a big place here. So let it be known, even though I do have tattoos, Mason has the most tattoos.
Who's most likely to throw the best house party?
You.
Michael.
I would say you and Michael both work in that scenario. But you've
Our
thrown
parties
really
are
good
just
house
different
parties.
vibes.
Yours is more chill. Michael's is more everyone's gonna rock out.
Probably people wouldn't expect this, but I'm going to say Mason. That guy is like so good at being hospitable and making sure everybody's having a good time. We all went to Joshua Tree and that was his idea, and like woke up in the morning and he's like tidied everything up. Who wouldn't want to have a party with that guy?
Rachel Hilson and Michael Cimino. You would probably fall in BB's camp where you're so invested in making sure we have a good time. The snacks are perfect.
It'd be more of a dinner party over here, and Michael would be more of a.
Michael, that's a trap house. The stuff is breaking. People's legs are separated from the bodies.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say though, Michael, because he's a social butterfly, so I think he would throw a pretty cool party.
Puerto Ricans definitely throw the best house parties. Just saying. I throw little soirees like every Sunday, have little jam sessions. I do know how to throw a good party.
Who's most likely to learn a TikTok dance and perform it flawlessly?
Bella.
And Anthony Cavon.
Bella and Anthony.
Yeah, Bella and Anthony, yeah.
I mean, they do it in season 2 of Love Victor, so
They do, yep.
they've set an example.
Bella would be the best person to do TikTok dances. Anthony's really good at like doing that, but I think Bella definitely has to take the cake here.
I'm going to give this one to Bella. She knows that whole TikTok thing better than any of us.
I'm like the only one on TikTok, so I don't even need to hear it. I'll also say me. Who's most likely to become a viral meme this season?
You. Why me?
I mean, I feel like Felix has plenty of funny things to say.
You had amazing lines this season. Between the two of us, I think you would become a viral meme, 100%.
Maybe we'll become a viral meme together.
We can will it to the universe.
He's new to the show, but Raheem, he's played by Anthony Cavon. I think he just has like a lot of funny like facial expressions, so probably him.
I think this one's got to go to Anthony. I think there's so many viral moments with that guy. I think even in the blooper reel, he had some moments that I'm surprised didn't go viral.
Anthony would probably be the most likely to become a meme because he's just a meme in general, like a big walking meme.
I think Bebe will crown herself on account of how good she is.
That one line in the trailer, Lake's line of, say the word and I'll ditch these gays like a corporation after Pride Month. That is
Brilliant.
one of the greatest lines and deliveries. That'll be a meme if it's not already.
Thank you, BuzzFeed.
We thank you for choosing Air Victor. We know there are a lot of other options for air travel out there, and we appreciate you picking this one.
Be sure to watch Love Victor on Hulu. Check it out.